Sections of video games are just as important as the whole game, no different than how a single scene from a film is often what contributes to the whole movie being great. There are sections of games that people dread playing, most notably water levels. Or perhaps you really dislike the asteroid section of Dead Space. What about a level or section that takes a break from the main game and decides to be fun instead? Welcome to the Casino Night Zone and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic 2 does just about everything better than the first game. The game switched from 3 acts to 2, which allows us to have more themed environments without them overstaying their welcome. There's also the inclusion of the spin dash that we are now able to fully control, and not to mention we have our lovely partner Tails at our side. Although there are zones that are more iconic to some degree, the Casino Night Zone stands out to me because it follows the aquatic ruin zone, which is arguably one of the hardest areas of the game. Aquatic ruin zone is full of traps, water sections where you could drown, crazy enemy placements, and very tricky platforming. In the Casino Night Zone level, there's none of that. There's seldom enemy encounters and interactions, and instead, you're treated to fun platforming that emulate pinball and pachinko machines in a nightlife setting in Las Vegas. In fact, the level design was inspired by real-world visits to Las Vegas casinos by the developers, as well as experimenting with pinball physics just for the fun of it. The devs were pretty self-aware of Sonic himself having abilities that essentially allowed him to be a pinball in a pinball machine. It's not a mistake that a year later, Sonic Spinball would follow, and that this level itself served as sort of a preview and beta project for that game's development. Not a bad outcome for a level which was initially conceived as a time travel level that would have served as Green Hill Zone in the future. Yasushi Yamaguchi was the lead developer who designed the backgrounds and overall level design, while Yuji Naka developed the mechanics and physics that aided in giving the level its overall kinetic feel. Together, they allowed for Hirokazu Yasuhara's design vision to come to life. Funny enough, there was concern about the gambling elements promoting gambling to children, but Sega purposely kept it vague so that it didn't feel as if you were actually gambling. Backed by an incredibly jazzy tune composed by Masato Nakamura to fully equip this level with its casino smoky vibe, the Casino Night Zone's legacy lives on throughout subsequent Sonic titles, and it is a reminder that video games are supposed to be fun, that a break is absolutely required at times to further inspire the creative process. The unique sounds of the bumpers and flippers, the feeling of interacting with the springs and playing with the physics of it all is truly a satisfying gaming experience that you won't find in many games. This level is the epitome of what makes Sonic so damn fun to control, especially in a 2D gameplay setting. If you could manage to get a jackpot and collect enough rings, you can leave the level with far more lives than you entered with. However, you could lose it all and be forced to start from zero all over again. Every time I find myself casually playing Sonic 2, I do whatever I can to stay in a zone for as long as I can potentially stand it. When I eventually become bored or tired of messing around, there's still an entire chunk of the game left to play. Until then, I will gladly overstay my welcome and see if I can earn an absurd amount of rings. Casino Night Zone is one of my favorite personal levels in any game ever made, and even though I have beaten Sonic 2 a million times, I never tire of playing it, and this level is just something I desperately needed to talk about. This video is the first in a series I want to launch called Level Select. When I was much younger, there was this amazing website called Game Trailers, and they used to feature this one series called A Level, that were these cool bite-sized videos that examined sections and levels in games. This is my ode to that now defunct series. My name is Berquito, and I thank you all for your time. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, or don't. Be good to yourself, and thanks for watching.
Select your hero.